Hi, welcome to Mojo Mundi, Dancing Through Fire and Water. I want to thank you for coming here today to join us in this virtual workshop, and I especially want to give a heartfelt thanks to the midwives of Celebrating Women who made this all possible, worked very hard to get us all connected when we couldn't be together in person so that we can carry on the energy of celebrating women through 2020 into 2021. I also want to give a special thanks to Casey Crone, who was willing to do the second portion of this workshop. She's going to be working with you to create some mandalas that will grow out of the experience that you have here dancing. And I'm just very grateful that she was willing to do this and to join in with my vision, to join her vision with mine. I appreciate it. And I also want to thank the members of Yamama, my rhythm sisters. This is Stormy Ocean, Galen Eldridge, and Sean Phoenix. And I get to rehearse with them and perform with them all the time, and they make my life so much better. So I'm so glad to have them here backing me up today. I want to take just a moment to do a little bit more housekeeping and talk to you about keeping your bodies safe. African dance, which is what we're going to be learning today, is very vigorous. We're going to be doing a low-key version. The point of this workshop is not to give you a good cardio workout or give you a good HIIT workout. It's a spiritual workout of sorts, but we do want to keep your bodies safe. So I just want to remind you that anything that I do, if you want to modify it, you certainly can do that. So our movements may be big arm movements. If you have shoulder issues, go ahead and make those movements smaller. Or you can do something much simpler, much smaller in movement. We'll also be doing some big hip and leg movements. Again, you can make those smaller, right? The main thing is to turn your attention to the energy centers that we're going to be working with today. And in fact, if you find that this dance is not available to your physical body where it is now, you can even sit and watch us, and if you imagine your body moving as I am and as your cohorts are across the state, that is enough. Our brains don't know the difference between a good, strong, imaginal experience and the actual experience. So just turn your focus to the energy centers, move the way that you can, even if it's in your mind, and we'll just hopefully have a good time today. So, I'm Ginny Watts. I've been performing and studying and teaching world dance for 40 years. I am also a psychotherapist in private practice here in Belgrade, and I'm a spiritual seeker and have been since I was really little. And that's important because what I found is that my dance experience in world dance and my spiritual seeking have come together in a really beautiful way. Yamama, as I introduced earlier, is a world drum dance and song group, all women, and we've been together for 12 years. And a lot of the performing and dance and creating that we've done together has helped to inspire and further my work with Mojo Mundi. Casey Crone will be introducing herself a little bit later, and she will be working with mandalas. She's an amazing healer, Reiki healer, and does beautiful mandalas. And she's going to be sharing her talents and gifts. And she's a very gentle and compassionate teacher, so I know that you will enjoy working with her as well. So Mojo Mundi is my name for a particular style of or a particular approach to using world dance as spiritual practice. The word mojo is from a language of the Creole people, and it means a lot of different things. It comes from a West African word that means shaman or mystical teacher and leader, but it's come to mean energy or magic or your personal power. It's all of those things and more. Mundi is the Latin for of the world. So Mojo Mundi is the magical power or energy of the world. And the world is much, much bigger than just the earth, right? It's the world, the universe in essence. So what I found as I studied world dance is that I began to experience changes in my life And I had my students telling me that they were experiencing changes that appeared to grow just out of their participating in this world dance, whatever it was, whether it was belly dancing, African dance, Hawaiian dance. And I began to, from listening to what my teachers had taught me, from studying different cultures, from observing my own experiences and the experiences of my students, I came to realize that world dance affects the energy centers of our body in a very specific and powerful way. And so I began to develop an approach to getting in touch with energy centers, enlivening the energy, moving the energy through particular kinds of world dance. And that's what Mojo Mundi is. So I want to share a little bit of that with you today. There's so much more to it. And if you're interested in more information, I'll have my email available for you, and I would love to have a conversation with you. Email me and we can talk. So I also received revelations through meditation and journeying and through dreams that informed this practice. So it's a little bit different than other kinds of energy centers in the body that you may be familiar with. I call the energy center Olwens, and that comes from a Celtic goddess, a mother goddess, Olwen. And though I use a different term because it's a little bit different. If you're familiar with chakras, it'll be a little different. And so I just ask you to kind of open up your mind, and if it doesn't work for you, you can shift it around. But for class purposes, bear with me, because as I said, it may be a little different than what you're experiencing. And if it gets to be too much dissonance, just let it go and just dance, because it's going to do, the dance will do what it's meant to do without the words. So each Olwen is, or energy center, is associated with a different part of the body, a different element, different colors, different vibrations. And this is not a new idea. Like, my perception of it is newer, but Native Americans have had traditions of energy centers that pattern the energy centers of the earth. Certainly, I'm sure you're familiar with Qigong or other types of martial arts, or Feng Shui talks about the energy vibrations and how things are arranged in the physical world and within ourselves. Yoga and chakras are probably the most common way that people think of energy centers in the body. Ayurveda talks about the energies and their elemental relationships. So this isn't new. My perception is a little different than some of those teachings, because the energy centers are also viewed in a circular way. So rather than, like in Kundalini Yoga, we would move the energy right from the root chakra up through to the crown chakra, and that's important to move in this linear fashion. That is not how I have intuitively been taught about the energy centers in our bodies. It's circular. So there are spheres of energy, and the energy also moves in a circular way. There's no beginning and end. There's no lower and higher. It's all related and always cycling through us. And again, there's a lot more to tell you about that. I'm not going to spend that time here today, but I'd love, if you want more information, I'd love to talk about it. So the main thing to remember is we're moving energy. We're going to get in touch with a couple of different energy centers. One is going to be the fire center. One is going to be the water centers in our bodies, or Olwens. And we want to allow the energy to just move. You don't have to think hard. You don't have to think about it moving, because the dance is going to move it for you. What I also found is that world dance is particularly profound in affecting the energy centers. And when we dance or move in any way, all of the energy centers are positively affected. We can shift our vibration in all areas through this single practice, and it naturally balances and connects us with our energy centers. Different cultures' dances seem to have unique effects on one or another of the energy centers, and I think that was the most profound revelation that I had. And that seems the way that those dances affect the specific energy centers seems very much connected to the qualities of the cultures that those dances come from. So today we're going to work on the fire Olwen and the water Olwen. The fire Olwen is in the generative area of the body, so it's in where well, hi. We've called up a spirit helper. So that energy center is in the generative area of the body. So it's where the ovaries are, where the womb is. It's nestled down inside, protected by the earth energy center, which surrounds it. It's about creativity, passion, the self and self-focus, and healing, among other things. And the water center is at the heart, and it's associated with emotions, compassion, connection and love and caring for others and the greater world. And it's also the guidance system that allows us to attune our thoughts, our feelings, our vibrations with creator energy in order to manifest. So it's a lovely balance of water and fire, and this kind of self-focus and creativity and fire that I think we're really needing now to move through this difficult time. We need to get creative, and we need to take care of ourselves and recognize what we are passionate about in order to engage through this difficult time, and connected with the balancing energy of the heart and our love and connection to others, and our ability to know how to harmonize with the flow of the universe, even when it feels like it's kind of swimming upstream. So we're going to, we've got a pretty simple plan here. I'm done talking for the most part. I'll do a little bit of talking to instruct you in the steps, but we're going to do a warm-up to Casa. That's what we're doing. So we'll warm our bodies up, and I'll show you a few moves and some ways that you can modify those moves if you find that a move is difficult. Then we're going to learn the steps to our dance. We're going to do 2 song dance rhythms. One is called Yankadi, and the other is Makru. Yankadi is slow and sensual. Makru is often done very fast, but we're going to do a moderate pace today, and it's kind of the celebratory part of this whole song and dance. And then we'll cool down, and I'll have a couple of closing words, and then I'm eagerly urging you all to move right into Casey's mandala workshop, which will follow this. Okay, shall we get started? All right. So before we start the drums, I want you to be able to hear and feel the vibration that we're talking about, because the vibration is actually, there are different vibrations for each of the energy centers. So I'm going to come to you, and I'm going to play first the fire vibration, and then the water vibration. And so I just want you to picture, you can picture a space in the center of your abdomen, drop down low. That's where your fire energy center is. Just try to get in touch with that and let that vibration just resonate there. And then we'll move up to your heart center and just allow that vibration to penetrate. And so the heart center is all in here, all the way up to the throat, and it extends down the bottom parts of your arms. So I'm coming to you right now. So here first is your fire vibration. And here is your heart vibration. Allow that to sink in. And just take a minute and allow those 2 tones to settle into your body, and then we'll begin. Watch my feet. blood flowing. So the first, we're just going to learn a couple of combinations for each of the rhythms, and then we're just going to cycle those through. And again, what we want to focus on as we're moving, so we're going to do motions that really open up this heart center, right, the water olwen, and that are going to use the bottom parts of our arms, so really supporting yourself. So anytime that you can, you don't need to, but it's helpful if you can picture that energy. And we'll take a few times throughout, kind of stop and feel like, how do I feel different in my body now than I did before we started? And then we're also going to be doing lots of big stepping, right? And that's going to open up and activate our fire center, our fire olwen. Okay? So we're first going to do Yankadi. It's as I said, it's a courtship dance and kind of pairing up dance for young people from Guinea, West Africa. And you want to let them hear the drums. So these are both djembes. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, a little bit of Yankadi. Galen will come in and she'll be playing a supporting part. So there's lead djembe and accompaniment. Nice, yeah. And then these are the doon-doons. You want to let them hear a little bit from each one? So you can hear that there are different tones on the hand drums and on the doon-doons as well. Beautiful. So, we also are going to have calls in this. Don't worry too much if you don't get it. I'll also be shouting it out. But the lead djembe will play a call, and that tells us to start and to stop, and it also tells us to change our steps. So, would you be willing to give us a call?
Sure.
That's the call. And again, you may or may not hear it, but I'll let you know also when it's going to happen. Okay? So the first step that we're going to do is a rock step. So you'll see this is really working on your water olwen, right? So we're going to step forward and back, step, step, step. Forward and back, step, step, step. And leave lots of space. I had a teacher who would say, be generous with your knees when you dance West African dance. So, forward, back, step, 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 forward, back. So I'm going to turn around so you can see it from the back. You're going to step on your right foot first. You're going to go forward, back, step, 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 forward, back, step, 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 forward, back, step, step, forward, back. So let's try that with the drums. Here we go. And forward, back, step, step, step. Forward, back, step, step, step. So same arm, same leg, and this is where you'll feel that heart olwen really getting awakened. We're going to step forward, and the same arm is going to reach forward. And you're actually, it's like someone's pulling your shoulder around, your hand is just trailing behind you. So it's forward, back, step, 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 forward, back, step, step, step. And it's a little bit different than how we walk. We're going to do same arm, same leg. So as my right hand comes forward, I'll mirror you. As my right hand comes forward and I step, my elbows are following same leg, same arm. My left hand comes forward, back, 1, 2, 3. Ga 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 da 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 da. Make sense? I'm going to turn my back to you, but I wanted you to be able to see the hand movements. And again, if this is too much for your shoulders, you can make it smaller. Right? Okay. All right. Right first. And. How'd it feel? Feel okay? All right. So you can feel we're starting now to work that energy center. Okay. The next step that we're going to do is a very simple offering step, and this is where we begin to work the lower part of our body a little bit more and get in that fire omen as well. So we're going to step, 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 step. Very simple. Let's add some drums. Start to your right. To the right. Step. One, two, out. One, two. Okay. Our arms are going to offer. So when you step to the right, you're going to offer up to the right, and then step, step, left. Step, step, right. Step, step, left. Step, step. So remember, I'm mirroring you. For those of you who get driven a little crazy when someone mirrors you, just close your eyes and listen to my mouth. So it's step right, step, step, left, step. And you're alternating feet. Step, step, step. So it goes right, left, right, step out left, right, left, step out right, step out left, right, and we're just reaching our arms. So again, waking up that water oven at the same time that as we step out and open up this space, we're waking up our fire oven and getting in touch with it as well. Okay, I'm going to turn my back to you, and let's do listen drums. Last step. This is just going to be basically a little skipping step. I kind of just kick my foot out. Okay, so the feet are going to go right, step, left. So I brush my heel and step back. So it's right and left, and right and left. You can get a little bit more space. The first part of the step. Now this time it's opposite hand and foot. So as my right foot goes out, my left arm comes up and brushes my heart up. Like I'm stroking up from my belly, sort of bringing that fire energy and water energy together. It creates steam, which is a great way to power something, right? So fire to water and out to the world, right? So up and up. And again, if you need to do it smaller, because of shoulder issues, that's totally fine. Okay, so let's just practice that portion of it with drums. Part of this step is, once we've done 4 of those, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 4. So it's a flex of your chest or a little rock of your hips, whatever feels most comfortable. So I'll do that with my back to you, and we'll put those two together. Okay, so it'll look, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay?
Can we do that movement from the side?
Sure.
Just see that movement? Yeah.
Thank you. And 1, 2, and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's kind of a dip and up. And if it's too hard on your knees, right, you can just stay here. Or if the dip's easier but the rocking is not so much, that's okay too. Tell you how awesome it is to have live drummers. I know you aren't getting to have that quite, but it is so incredible. And to have a lead djembe player who gives the calls where it's most convenient for the dancers. So I'll just tell you, I dance with a lot of, actually guys who drum. Don't always get that, so bless you drummers. Okay, that's Yonkity. That's it, right? So we have our reach, da da da, reach, da da da, our offer, rant, offer, rant, our little skippy step, and down, down, down. We're going to take it up just, well, let's do it slowly through those 3 steps, and we'll cycle through them a couple times, and then we'll take it up, and you just will begin to smile so much. Trust me, you will. Okay, you ready? So about that same pace. Okay. to my crew to make sure we have enough time to learn this one little combination. So what we'll begin doing is we're going to go to your right, and we're going to, okay. So we're going to go to your right, and we're going to take a step together, step, touch, step, together, step, touch. Very simple. To the right, right, left, right, touch, left, right, left, touch. Again, right, left, right, touch, left, right, left, touch. Okay? And our arms are going to do this wonderful heart opening thing. We're going to go open to the heart, open, and over and over. Try that again. Open, open, it's going to be your left arm. Right? So we're going to open to the side, open, and open. Okay? So I'm going to turn around and do it with my back to you. It'll look like this. Open and open and left. Okay. Open, together, open. So again, if this is too much, make it smaller. Or just imagine your body doing it. Okay, let's do that much with drums. And there's going to be an add-on, so what I'm going to do is do that. The drums will keep playing. I'll move. Hello, neighbor. And then we'll pause, and then we'll do it again. And then in that pause, we're going to fit in something else. Okay? All right. My crew. My crew. So a little bit faster than not. Okay? Now we're going to really work on that fire center, okay? So we're going to go, after we come back this way, we're going to, so we're going to lift up our right leg and touch, up and back, kick left, and again, if all you're doing is, that's fine, right? I tend to get a little excited, so just know, I'll get a little bit bigger, okay? So it'll look, the whole thing will look like this. And touch, and step, kick, step. Touch, and then we're going to go again. Okay? Turn around and do it with my back to you. So we'll go. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, touch. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and up, touch, up, step, kick, step. Okay? It's the only combo you have to do from a crew. So, when you have this, you've got it all. Okay, let's try it with a moderate pace.
About that.
Yep. Here we go. Touch. Up, touch, up, step, kick, touch. Up, touch, kick, touch. Kick, touch. That's it. You know it all. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna run Yankee into Peru. So you guys know how you wanna make the transition?
Do we want to do the transition?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll go back into Yankee, back into Peru, Yankee.
Okay. Or do we want to do the other transition from Peru back to Yankee?
Down. Da-da, down. Okay. So just follow the bouncing butt. That's kind of how it works. All right. Here we go. let's take a breather. Let your heart rate come down a little bit. We'll run it one more time, and then we'll go into our cool down.
Have some water.
Yeah, take a minute to have some water. Hydrate, hydrate!
This moment brought to you by
Water, water.
Water, Olwen. It's a whole different experience. If we were at Celebrating Women, we might hear drumming from another class, or giggling and hysterical laughter while we're teaching and talking and resting, or goldfinches singing outside on the banister in the upstairs.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, in the annex, right?
Yeah.
Here we have lawnmowers, you know? What do you say?
Real life in all its
Real
glory.
life. So what do you say, women? You ready to do this one more time? We're going to do exactly what we just did. And again, if it's too fast, slow it down. And remember, I'm hoping that I will make this video available to you, this YouTube video, and you can come back to it and keep practicing it until you really feel it in your body. So you don't have to grab it all right now, okay? So we're going to do Yankee, Macru, and then we'll do a cool down. All right, you ready?
Ready?
Okay.
Hey. And that tempo?
What do you think, women? Take it up a little bit more?
Oh.
Boy, about half and half. Half of them
Okay.
are like, yeah! And the other half are like, are you kidding me? Okay. We'll leave it up to Stormy, and then the responsibility will be hers.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
the ground here. Thank you very much. Thank you, dancers. Let's do a quick cool down. Woo! We need it.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of a jungle energy right here. Look.
Very steamy.
A lot of warm.
Steamy.
A lot of fire.
Steamy and warm. All right.
Casa?
Yeah, let's do casa again. So we're just gonna let, if your heart rate is up, we're gonna take the heart rate down. Just step. Breathe in and reach and exhale out. In and out. Good. From center, and we're just going to rock our head. And roll it down and down and good. From center, roll your shoulders back and down. Shoulders back and down. Other way. Little shrugs. Let your arms just drop. Good. And concave, really stretch. If you can, clasp your hands, or you can simply just pull back. Just stretch out this way. Good. Open our stance and hands to hips. Keep your back straight and your center firm. And nice gentle stretch. If you're here, that's great. If you're here, that's great. You can go all the way down and do that. And back to straight back. Hands to hips. Up by pushing your hips forward. In. Breathe in. Last one. And I'd like you to just close your eyes, or if you're not comfortable doing that, just kind of lower your gaze. And I want you to just check in with those two Olwins, those two energy centers. One in the very center, the lower part of your abdomen, the generative space, the nest that holds the little spark that turns into a coal, that turns into a bright flame, a hearth fire. Check in with that energy center. Feel what you notice. Is there any difference? Is it the same? Let's check in and see. And then check in with your water Olwen heart center, water Olwen energy. Feel it all the way down into the bottom parts of your arms. Check in with those, your ring finger and your pinky finger, bottoms of your arms, and into your chest and heart. What do you notice there? It's easy for us to get caught up in other people's energies. We are attuning creatures, and it's so natural for us, in order to connect with others, to match their energy. But we are also capable of becoming beacons of energy. And when we get in touch with and invigorate the energies in ourselves, we become a beacon of creativity, of love, of hope, of healing, of compassion, and of connection with the greater all. Thank you so much for joining us today in creating this loving, creative, generative energy. Thank you so much, women, for joining us. And you're ready now. Take images, feelings, thoughts, sensations into this amazing mandala workshop with Casey. And I look forward to being able to share with you what you discovered. We're going to try to set up just an email thread where we can share our mandalas if we want to, where we can share comments and experiences and thoughts, and there will also be some resources for you in terms of music and so forth. So have a great rest of your day, and yay for celebrating women 2020. Woo-hoo!